It's my life, it's now or never.
He is my flame, he is my muse. He is the Turk to my JD. I give you Mr. Tu Madre.
81.
Sure.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Yeah. Creating my own entrance music.
Okay. Thanks for coming out, all 6 of you. Alright, I did this in preparation of the people that were coming, but one of them didn't show up. Gonna lead off with Greg. Greg's not here. Actually, we haven't heard from Greg in about a few weeks, which means he might be dead, or he's too broke to afford the simple things like internet, or car that works, phone. He has spent so much money on things that just no one needs to get. Like $85 t-shirts, cars that don't work, multiple phones, all that shit. So here's a list of things that it's plausible that he might or might not own. Multiple tennis rackets, a pet boa constrictor, a Swedish-made penis enlarger, land on the moon.
Yeah, that's possible.
Very possible.
With his gas problem.
And everyone remembers his candy car, his rock candy engine block. How it leaks syrup, and we never saw it again after that one time he drove it. And of course his camel toe, from which there is no escape.
No! Oh. No, don't remind me about that.
Funny story, actually. That's actually where Dan 30 Rag lives now. He got trapped back there a few months ago, and from what I hear on Facebook, it's warm, damp, spacious, surprisingly gets Wi-Fi, and I'm pretty sure Dan 30 Rag actually thinks he lives in Florida still. Okay. Oh yeah. I feel like you should be able to get Greg-related expenses written off in your tax forms. Like, they come to you after, like, when they're trying to audit you, and they're like, hey, what's this $200 for gas? Oh, so you haven't met Greg? Well, let me show you Greg. Because he's that kind of person that everything he says or does, he just tries to get that little extra. Tries to steal your food. Tries to do all this. Oh, that's enough on Greg. All right. Achilles. He's not here either. Too bad, because he's surprisingly well dressed. He's the only guy I know that he made Miz go, oh my god, that motherfucker's loud. Heather, thankfully not here. Heather is the opinion that no one ever asks for. She's everyone's backup plan. She actually came to Halloween as a whore. That's not a joke. They're like, hey, what did you dress up in? She's like, I'm a whore, I guess. It's a shame that she left the group because we actually need someone to do horse things every once in a while. That's why we bought a blow-up doll. That's why we knew 32 for those 3 months. You just need that every once in a while. And it's unfortunate, a few months ago she actually rammed her bike into the street. Bad accident. Which is actually pretty surprising because she's so used to having things getting rammed into herself.
That's so true. Ask Phil.
And now, shock of the night, Steph and Steve are not here. They are the ghost couple. Actually, I got word from her a few weeks ago because I told her that the party was on Thursday, so they might be here in a few minutes. Okay, what else? She has 90 Facebook statuses a day. We didn't find out to the Super Bowl that she's a Giants fan. Like, what the shit is that? She does 4 Facebook statuses a day about how delicious eclairs are. Nothing about the Giants. The shit. Steve probably isn't going to show up because either his shutters are loose outside or his aquarium is 3 degrees warm. We don't know yet. And I actually do have word that Steph's not coming because she literally was drawing a grasshopper on Facebook. I'm not kidding. It was on my feed. Maria not here, probably doing some artsy horseshit. I feel that Maria should always show up to any occasion with just a gigantic bottle of red wine. It just fits her so well. She famously dissed me at prom. Big shock. I would have gotten more action if I traveled to Amish country for the weekend.
Yes. Only person I know that wears a bra in a hot tub and worries about sitting and knowing everybody else in the hot tub was naked. Even Rick was naked in the hot tub.
Shut up, McLovin.
Yes.
She's
yes.
got good tits though.
And I was, and they were nice. I was right
Good
next to them.
tits.
That's right next door.
Though I've seen better bushes in Africa.
Oh.
Coach Ed, not here. Kind of scares me.
Thank God.
Kind of scares me that he's not here. He might be dead after a few years. Because he is our Tiny Tim. So many mysterious diseases. Smokes 8 packs a day. He dated an albino for a little bit. He had a horrifying looking mistress. He randomly had a family for those 6 months. He may or may not have killed my rabbit.
I think he ate it probably, knowing him.
But I really hope to God he never dies. Because we need Coach Ed around. Because Coach Ed is the guy that fucks the girls that even McLovin knows better not to go near.
Yes, I do.
Alright, I'm actually going to go for one person that's actually here. Cliff. Cliff is here.
Hi.
Cliff, famously the only guy that I've ever had sex with.
What?
Oh, really? I wasn't there.
So you just woke up past my bed and you just assumed that nothing happened? Come on now.
Yeah.
Bill, not here. Bill is the hairiest, largest lesbian that I know, besides Megan. The music that man listens to, I'm surprised his iPod hasn't tried to kill itself. The last time he was over, he was butthurt that that a girl liked him so much that he went downstairs and punched my bedroom, my downstairs bathroom
And me
door
too.
at 3 in the morning.
And me too.
About that, Bill, Corona called. He wants his anger issues back.
Oh shit.
Bill has more emo statuses than anyone that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
His computer listens to Hawthorne Heights at night and cuts itself. It's so random how he's depressed all the time. It basically like he lives in his own cabin. He has girls come over every other week to like blow him and snuggle with him. I paid $40 to have that life for a week. Why is he bitching so much?
Bill is the only man that says, I need hugs, and 30 women go, "Aw, I wish I was there."
It's true.
If I said that, it'd be dormant, and I think their skeletons would be
You'd be
dormant.
getting arrested. Who you kidding?
Probably.
Now, I actually have an apology to say. We actually have someone else that's at the party, and she just never came downstairs. So I'll be right back. And here's McLovin's date 32. Hi, 32. It's been so long. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. So there you go, McLovin. Enjoy.
Oh, come on.
32 is the group bicycle. Everyone's had a ride. She's the Kevin Bacon of random sex acts. Years from now, we can play the 7 degrees of 32's gaping wizard sleeve of a vagina. That bitch is so crazy. She said that she was a witch. She said that she could predict the future. She said that her car's a transformer. And that was all before I fucked her brains in. Other people that are here, for once, The Miz. Miz is here. Miz, FYI, banging 4 twos doesn't mean you're actually banging an 8.
What the fuck?
Here's a list of some of the girls that he's had sex with. 32, Megan, Emma Stone, Ramon. How is your dick still alive? Is it mad at you?
Just the tip.
Does
Just
it
the
look at
tip.
the cavern of a vagina that you're about to enter and just go, come on, man? The thing is that your penis goes through. I feel like we should just collectively call it Keith Richards. Also, fun fact, things in this room that are bigger than Mrs. Dick. Everything. Everything in this room is bigger than Mrs. Dick.
Oh. I'm completely fine.
Miz is running quality control in his dad's company right now, I think. How many months do we have until Regarber tries to oust him and Miz has to go from kindergarten to high school to show his father that he's not a retard?
3.
Okay, moving on. McLovin's here.
Oh my God.
Our group's creepy uncle. McLovin, between us guys, how does it feel that a rookie's riding your baby mama harder than the Millennium Falcon right now?
Oh,
It's pretty ironic too, because she's like the perfect height for him because she's an Ewok, he's a Wookiee. They're gonna go have a fun life on Endor. But the thing that I feel almost as bad as you for in that situation is their shower drain. The amount of hair that's in that sumbitch on a nightly basis. Also, McLovin, I have to apologize to you for something.
It's okay.
Every party that you fall asleep early in, all those beers that you drank afterwards, I kind of rubbed my dick on.
Oh.
My bad. The things that we've done to this man when he's been asleep. We've had drawn dicks in his face. We broke a glow stick over his head. We had a funeral for him at Packard's. All that shit's just the shit we told him. How come you never asked us about the time a couple of years ago after New Year's Eve that your butt hurt for like 2 days?
Well, I don't want to know about that. I won't go there.
Regardless here, he is my hetero life mate. He's a man that likes camp just a little too much.
Yeah, just a little too much.
He
Wait, likes
life-
what? Likes what too much?
Camp.
Camp.
Oh.
He lives the life of a 14-year-old boy. Goes to school, goes to camp in the summertime. It's alright, next summer, I have it in good authority that you're going to get to second base. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, Garvin. You can do it.
So how old are you, 24? 24? That means we only got 16 more years till we make a movie about how you're a virgin.
Stay over here.
Oh, wait.
Where you going?
And like, what you're using Rogaine, you're on dating websites, you're going to the gym a lot? Your midlife crisis happens a while from now. You're just jumping into it way too early. Just settle down.
So now, Garvin, is that Rogaine working? Is the hair growing in, or is it
Oh,
still flaking?
it's breathtaking.
I just wanted to make sure that $40 a month is definitely worth it. I just wanted to make you can still see the Chrome Dome done in the background. God, just shave it, man.
That's what I do. Okay, so who the fuck was that homeless guy on TV? Oh, wait, that was Packard. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Fun fact, Packard. Yelling at the camera doesn't make you an internet star. It makes you Mini Trev.
Yes, that's so true.
Fun fact also, Packard's car has its own Facebook page. And its only friend is Packard. I'm not making this up. You can go look it up. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard. That's like
It's
worse
true.
than people that like befriend their own cats on Facebook.
Get her off of me.
He wants to be
No.
Jim Morrison so
Leave
much.
that alone.
Like, how does he want to be so Jim Morrison
You
so
don't
much?
know
He's actually
what
getting
that's
close.
been.
He's gonna end up bloated in a hotel room in France in a few years. Oh man, famous story. He actually hired a hooker once. After a few outings, he successfully got in the friend zone with her. But she promises that if he pays her a few more times, then he's gonna get a free 3-finger salad.
Oh. All right, hold on.
Okay,
Keep your girl.
32. Calm the fuck down, 32.
She's jumping everywhere.
Trying to steal the show.
Of course she is. Her mouth is wide open for anybody.
He was also nice to send a video in. It was so nice of him. Improvement from what he normally does, where he just no shows without any reason. He gets blue walls from Sears Photo. The really only other person I know that sends in video packages on a regular basis is The Rock. And they're a little alike. Except The Rock is in shape, good looking, successful, funny, and didn't waste the last 9 months of his life chasing a girl that looks like Garth from Wayne's World. So, Packard, I'm sure you remember this because you bring it up every time we have an argument. But we're going to have an intervention for you. And since you're going to see this, I'm just going to say my piece now. It works for everyone. And these are all legitimate questions that they ask potential alcoholics. Think back several years from now. Are you drinking more now than you were then? Yes, he is. Did you find it hard to come home at the end of the day and not have a drink? He goes to bars alone because he says those are the only people that understand him. Has your work performance ever suffered as a result of your drinking? He drinks at work. Is your sex life suffering as a result of your drinking? If it existed, then he'd have a problem, but it doesn't, so he doesn't. Are you engaging in more and more arguments with your significant other? Sears Photo says hi. Okay, do you have a drink to clear your thoughts or wind down after an argument that you had with your significant other? Yes, in between the 3 or 4 Facebook statuses about how he's a bitch. Let's see. Have you ever woken up in the morning and had a drink to start the day? Probably. So, those are just some of the questions. I'm not saying you're an alcoholic, but you're an alcoholic. Okay. Now, that only leaves Dan. I'm glad he took the busy schedule that he has. I'm glad he took the time out because he's normally at his internship and having a long day at that and watching Glee. So thank you for that. You listen to KC1 in your stereo all day. Your stereo sucks more dick than 32. Fun story though. I heard from a friend that Dan's stereo and Regarver stereo are now in a civil union. They're very happy now. It's so cute. And Bill's iPod actually married them. Fun fact. Didn't know that Bill's iPod was a minister. We go to this man's house on a dirt road, which apparently still exists in residential Connecticut. And we drive by Jason Voorhees' house. Thank God he hasn't killed us yet because we haven't smoked his pot. And his house is the only one that you wouldn't be shocked if like one of the Golden Girls lived there.
It's so true.
It's the most quiet environment I've been around as far as like in a house. I feel like I should apologize whenever I curse there. It's a nice house. It is a nice house. I don't want to offend his parents or else they're going to kill me with an axe and drag me to the woods. But he does agree to go to everything. Everything we do, he agrees to go to. Hey, Dan, we're going to go rob a bank. Okay, I'll be there at 5:30. Hey, Dan, you want to come with to an orgy? Okay, do I have to bring anything? Any condoms? Any lube? Is it a good ratio, guys to girls? Hey, Dan, you want to come to this white power rally? Okay, do they supply the robes? Or do I have to make my own?
Make your own.
Speaking of white power, after 3 drinks, this man drops more M-bombs than Chris Rock. I swear to God. And my God, the shirts that we have bought this man. We bought him a Lady Gaga shirt that was literally a dick on his chest. And he wore it! Multiple occasions! It was a dick on his chest.
I still have it too.
This man walks the neutral line so well, it's like a fucking art form. Good thing you weren't alive in Poland in the 1940s, though. Good thing for you. He is the lightest drunk other than Greg. He's such a lightweight. It's a good thing that we don't have anyone looking to rape Dan, or else his virgin ass would have been raped years ago. Alright, Dan. As my computer screen goes black, I must say that you've been with me a long time since high school. Through the hard times, through the nudity, through the girls and the hoes, through the other nudity. It's good to have you around, Dan. And for that, we toast you. L'chaim.
Hi.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you.
Hi.
She's